There's a long table sitting between two people who are supposed to be falling in love, and it's the loudest thing in the entire poster. That's the detail we kept coming back to here at Rabbit News Hallyu, because most of the coverage of this release went straight for the actors' faces and skipped right past the furniture doing all the talking. On July 16th, the official accounts behind this second Too Much Tencent video, Aichi, and the drama's own Weibo page, dropped a joint poster tied to its subtitle, Undercurrent of Burning Passion. The image places Zhang Linghe and Wang Churan on opposite sides of a Republic-era dining table, roses and candlelight scattered across the surface between them, the whole frame lit low enough to feel tense rather than warm. Wang Churan, in a pale beige vintage suit, has the kind of gaze that reads as gentle but worn down, patient, not at peace. Zhang Linghe, in dark formal wear, is composed in a way that feels deliberate, like a man keeping something back on purpose. The tagline underneath says it plainly, close, but separated by the past. For a romance poster, that's an unusual choice. Most period drama key art wants you to feel the pull between two leads, proximity, tension, chemistry you could reach out and touch. This one does the opposite. It puts furniture between them and stages distance as the emotional centerpiece, not as an obstacle the frame is about to resolve. That decision tracks with the story underneath it. This second Too Much is adapted from a novel by Fei Wo Sai Kun, and it follows the son of a warlord, separated from the woman he loves by a generations-old family feud. Years later, the two are reunited, only to discover the family ties that now bind them make the relationship something the plot has to carry as a burden, not resolve as a happy ending. The table in that poster isn't decoration. It's the plot, rendered in furniture. But the more interesting question isn't why the poster looks this way. It's what happens when you follow that same idea of manufactured distance somewhere else entirely, because the show's entire promotional runway has been built on the same principle. This second Too Much was first rumored for a July 4th release. That slipped to July 18th. Then it slipped again, to July 29th. Fans started calling it a false alarm schedule, a running joke about a show that kept threatening to show up and kept backing away instead. It finally landed on a confirmed date, July 20th, across Tencent Video, Aichi, Dragon TV, and Jiangsu TV, with Rakuten Viki lined up to simulcast internationally. 3 promised dates, none of them kept, until a 4th one stuck. Here's what repeated delays usually do to a show's numbers: nothing good. A schedule that keeps moving tends to read as a production in trouble, or a platform unsure of what it's holding. That's not what happened here. As of July 16th, combined pre-booking reservations across both major platforms had crossed 7 million, with the poster's own rollout separately reporting a figure above 8 million, depending on which count and which day you're reading. Sponsorship commitments passed 100 million yuan, with brands including Jinjian and Bulgari attaching themselves early, well before a single episode existed for audiences to judge. Fans reserved more than 200,000 seats for coordinated online watch parties before the show had even aired. None of that looks like an audience running out of patience. What it looks like instead is a release strategy where the wait itself became part of the pitch. Every rescheduled date kept the drama in conversation without spending a single frame of actual footage. Every delay brought another cycle of speculation, another round of when is this actually coming out posts, which is a kind of free attention a clean, on-time premiere rarely generates on its own. This is a pattern industry watchers have flagged before in competitive period drama marketing. Uncertainty, held just long enough, can grip an audience tighter than a straightforward release date ever could. Whether these particular delays were a deliberate play or a genuinely messy scheduling scramble that the marketing team simply made the best of, the effect lines up with the poster's own logic almost too neatly. Separation isn't a flaw in the presentation here. It functions as the presentation. For the fans following this in real time, that ambiguity is part of the appeal. Some read the shifting dates as proof the studio is sitting on something special and wants the rollout to feel like an event. Others read it as standard industry chaos, scheduling conflicts with other platform releases, censorship review timelines, or simple production delays that get dressed up after the fact as strategy. Both readings can be true at once, and the fandom conversation has largely stayed there, in that uncertainty, rather than settling on one explanation. That's arguably the healthiest outcome a studio could hope for from a bumpy release calendar, an audience arguing about why the wait happened, instead of an audience walking away from it. That same idea of manufactured division keeps resurfacing once you widen the frame to Zhang Linghe's summer as a whole, which has been unusually crowded even for an in-demand leading man. On July 15th, a day before this poster dropped, a spy-themed short film starring Zhang for a Taobao flash sale campaign went live, built around an exclusivity tagline and an image of him in a long coat and tie, at a completely different register from the wounded restraint of the "this second too much" key art. 2 days earlier, on July 13th, a new project was announced, the period drama Tang, where Zhang plays two characters at once, a gentle, mild-mannered prince and a calculating, ambitious court official. One actor, split into two opposing people occupying the same story. It's hard not to notice that the project announced days before this poster dropped is built around exactly the kind of division the poster is selling, a single person pulled in two directions, kept apart from some other version of themselves. Stack on top of that a rapt historical drama, Gui Luan, in which Zhang plays a street thug who claws his way up to become a powerful border warlord, plus two more projects still being teased for later this year, and the picture that emerges is a leading man whose entire summer slate keeps circling the same idea: characters divided against themselves, relationships kept apart by forces bigger than either person, timelines that refuse to resolve on anyone's original schedule. That's not something a press release will ever confirm outright. But it is a pattern, and patterns like this tend to say something about where a studio believes an audience's attention actually lives right now, not in easy resolution, but in the tension sitting just before it. There's also a scheduling collision that's handed this release extra oxygen it didn't have to manufacture on its own. This second too much premieres 1 day apart from Song Weilong's Wild Dog Bone, and social media has already framed it as a head-to-head between two of the most talked-about actors born in 1995. Genre-wise, it's also competing directly with Yu Jianqiu, another Republic-era tragic romance chasing the same emotional register and the same streaming real estate at the same time. Neither collision was necessarily engineered by anyone working on this specific poster. But both feed the exact dynamic the marketing has leaned into from day one. This is a story, and a season, built around things that sit close enough to see and still can't quite touch. Zoom out one more level and there's a broader industry pattern worth naming here, too. The fact that Rakuten Viki secured a day-and-date international simulcast for a Republic-era drama this contested, one fighting for attention against another actor's release and another show in its own genre, says something about how much weight platforms are now putting on period romance as an export category. This isn't a niche genre being quietly shipped overseas after the domestic run proves itself. It's being positioned to land internationally at the exact same moment it lands at home, which is a different level of confidence than Chinese period dramas were getting even a couple of years ago. A poster built on restraint and distance, in other words, isn't just being sold to a domestic audience raised on this genre's conventions, it's being sold as something a global audience should be tracking in real time. None of this confirms a single grand strategy sitting behind every decision. A shifted release date and a dual-role announcement landing in the same week could just as easily be coincidence, two separate teams making separate calls under separate pressures, with no one connecting the poster to the scheduling to the casting choices in the room where it happened. What the evidence does support is a consistent through-line, a poster built around distance, a release calendar that made audiences wait for something it eventually delivered anyway, and a lead actor whose summer keeps returning to stories about people split apart from what they want. Whether that's deliberate studio architecture or simply how this corner of the industry happens to be telling stories this season, the effect on the audience looks the same either way, a slow build that turned one poster into a detail worth reading twice. If you like entertainment stories that go past the headline, the kind that catch the quiet signals most coverage skips right past, Rabbit News Hallyu is built for exactly that. Subscribe if you want analysis, not just the news.